When the police showed up at my house and handcuffed me in front of my kids, I thought I was in a nightmare. It started like any other Thursday morning. Coffee on the counter, backpacks by the door, the usual chaos of getting 2 kids ready for school. My 12-year-old daughter was laughing about something her little brother had said at breakfast. I kissed her on the head and said, "Be good today, okay?" Around lunchtime, my phone rang. It was my daughter, her voice trembling but trying to sound calm. "Mom," she said, "a man pulled me out of class. He asked me if you're a good mom, if you ever hit us, or lock us up." I froze. "What? Who was he?" "I don't know," she whispered. "He said he just needed to ask some questions." My stomach dropped. Something felt very wrong. I told my boss I had to go, grabbed my keys, and sped to the school. When I got there, both of my kids were waiting in the office. My 7-year-old son looked a little nervous, but my daughter was half laughing. "Mom, it's fine," she giggled. "It's just some weird misunderstanding." But when we pulled into our driveway, 2 police cars were parked outside. I stepped out of the car, confused, and before I could even speak, one of the officers said, "Ma'am, we need you to turn around." He blinked. "Excuse me?" The next thing I knew, cold metal cuffs clicked around my wrists. My daughter screamed. My son started crying, and I stood there, heart pounding, trying to make sense of what was happening. They said, "You're under arrest for child mistreatment." I couldn't even process it. "What? That's impossible." They told me there had been reports that I lock my son in a closet when he misbehaves, that I don't feed him. My house doesn't even have electricity. I felt like the ground had disappeared under my feet. At the station, they questioned me for hours. I kept saying, "That's not true. None of this is true." But they said they had to investigate before they could release me. And all I could think about was my kids alone, scared, wondering what was happening to their mom. Eventually, after they looked into everything and found no evidence, they let me go. I drove home still shaking. And when I walked through the door, my son was sitting on the couch, looking down, clutching his stuffed dinosaur. I said softly, "Buddy, what happened?" He wouldn't look at me. Then he whispered, "I'm sorry, Mom." It turned out he'd been angry with me the night before because I made him get off Fortnite and go to bed. So at school, when the teacher asked why he looked tired, he decided to make a joke. He told her I locked him in a closet, that I don't give him food, the lights don't work in our house. The teacher, horrified, called Child Protective Services. And when the social worker asked him if it was true, he said yes, because, in his mind, it was still part of the joke. He didn't understand what those words meant, how serious they were, how much damage one silly lie could cause. When I sat him down and explained everything, the police, the handcuffs, the fear, he burst into tears. "I didn't mean it," he kept saying. "I was just mad. I forgave him. He's 7. Kids make mistakes." But that day changed everything for us. Now, before bedtime, we talk about feelings, about anger, about truth. Because sometimes, what starts as a joke can destroy everything you love in a single day.